New tonight at 5, a Quincy man will remain in custody after his trial was delayed this morning. It was due to a medical issue with a key witness. Dyrece Knaff II faces multiple counts of aggravated battery with a firearm and aggravated discharge of a firearm. He was arrested after two people were shot at 8th and Lind back in September. According to our news gathering partners at the Herald-Whig, Adams County State's Attorney Todd Eiler reported that one of the alleged victims is having complications with an ongoing pregnancy. Defense attorney Casey Schnock argued Knaff should be confined at home with an electronic monitoring device while trial proceedings move forward. However, Judge Josh Jones ruled to keep Knaff in custody. His next pretrial hearing is now set for January 13th.